introduce you to Toasty, my cat Toast. He has a tail. Isn't he freaking adorable? I have been waiting to do this series for too long. No, but this is my favorite book series ever. K.F. Breene's A Ruin of Roses. I absolutely adore this series. I read this all um, this year. If you're looking for erotica, if you're looking for fantasy, if you're looking for magic, if you're looking for medieval ish times, if you're looking for dragons and otherworldly creatures, I just feel like this is your book. Okay? If you want to blush on your way to work with some audio in your ear, this is your book series. And don't be intimidated that there are 4 books. It really goes by with ease. I feel no stress actually listening to this thing and following the story. I actually had a good time. It was like what visual novels are, but like for the audio of it. I'm gonna be showing you some imagery in this reaction review, but honestly, I feel like the author, she does such an amazing job of creating those images in general. In the book series, you have A Ruin of Roses, A Throne of Ruin, A Kingdom of Ruin, and then A Queen of Ruin. These are the main voice actors that work to bring life to the book. And I just want to shout them out for a second because I feel like Tilly Hopper, I hope I'm saying your name right, and Tyler Dunn, you did such an amazing job, especially Tilly Hooper. Tilly brought real life to the characters. One of my favorite characters, Hadriel, she would embody this character. We have Finley and we have Knifing. Finley is our main character, which Tilly Hooper mainly voices, and then Tyler Dunn voices Knifing. Knifing is our romantic counterpart, and basically these two actors use their voice to voice everybody that is in the book. So, for example, when the point of view is in Finley's point of view, Tilly Hooper will voice her, but she will then voice the other 5 to 10 um, side characters as well. And then the same thing happens when it's Knifing's point of view. Tyler Dunn will not only narrate Knifing's point of view, but he will also narrate the other 5 to 10 side characters. So you get different versions of the same character through different voices. And I just feel like Tilly Hooper's rendition of my favorite characters in the book is so great. Like I really love what she did with Hadriel and Vimar. Vimar's voice like lives rent free in my head because like I can tell like he's like this big brooding guy who's like sexuality is very fluid and who's like powerful but playful at the same time. And then Hadriel's like has those same components, but he's like your gay best friend. And he's eccentric and he's scared and he really is such a playful character, and I just feel like Tilly Hooper really brought him to life every time that she spoke. But I digress. Clearly, I can gush about different aspects of this book forever, but what are we talking about when it comes to A Ruin of Roses? So, A Ruin of Roses circles around what is the Forgotten Kingdom. It is the kingdom of shifters and humanoids that dwell in a particular area. They are cursed by the demon king Dolion to not only age but forget or be inhibited in their ability to shift. What is shifting? Shifting is when the humanoid individual can shift into their animal, otherworldly creature counterpart. So, for a lot of the creatures that actually originate from the Forgotten Kingdom, they are dragons. But you can be other things as well. You have wolf shifters, you have other shifters like primates, regular animals, but the dragons are perceivably the most powerful shifters. In the world in general, there are other creatures, for example, demons, for example, fairies, but they come into play later and are not necessarily a part of um, a Rune of Roses. So the kingdom is kind of split a little bit. The castle and all its inhabitants, which include the prince, who is Nifane, and then all of his servants and underlings, are suspended in time a little bit in that they don't age and they have a spell that is placed upon them to for lack of better words, have sexual encounters and naughty events all the time. So for years, for I think the better part of a decade, that castle is cursed to party, cursed to not save and revenge their culture and their kingdom, and instead they're entrapped in sexuality, bestiality by the perversion of this spell. And there's like literal demons in the castle that kind of perpetuate this. Um, for the rest of the kingdom, where Finley is dwells with her family and her the rest of the villagers. The hierarchy system is what you would perceive it to be in like a medieval time or even in reality, current reality, really, where there's a poor class, middle class, and then upper class, and then all the in between. Again, they're not able to shift, and as the years pass by, the culture of shifting is put on the wayside because instead of being able to hone into who they are dying because of a curse, a plague that is infecting the rest of the kingdom. So you have the castle, which is going through their curse, and then you have like a plague like disease that is going through the rest of the kingdom underneath King Knifing. So everybody is growing up and being affected. People are dying, and kids are being born not able to carry on the culture of shifting. Um, there's a lot more to the culture. I'm just simplifying the story for this video. So you have Finley and Knifing. Finley grew is a commoner. She's known as a commoner, and she grew up in the village. She is not suspended in time. She is aging normally, but the part of the curse that affects her is the fact that she cannot shift. And shifting is a very interesting thing, and I think I wanted to spend some time on it because the whole concept is kind of what drew me to this book in the first place. Well, honestly, what drew me to the book in the first place was the sex. But I think that the thing that I like about a good erotica book and a good fantasy book is the world building. I feel like the world building in this book is superb. And I'm gonna make a separate video on dragons. I know that I put that in my other reaction video to the book Fourth Wing, which I love that series as well. I feel like Rebecca Yarros is so talented. KF Breene is talented as well in the relationship that she builds with, or that she alludes to, I should say, because it's not really expounded upon, the relationship that she alludes to that a person will have with their inner animal. And so for Finley, her animal, I don't want to. Um, I don't want to give it away, but Finley's relationship with her animal has ever been present, like a little presence that she's felt inside of her. Um, uh, a deeper understanding of not only herself, but the power that she holds within is the power that she has with her animal, her otherworldly creature. And in my talk that is about the book series at large, I'll go into who Finley's animal is and how that affects the story. But their dynamic is hilarious, and it becomes apparent towards the middle to end of the book. Really, you get a chance to learn about Finley herself, how courageous she is, how smart she is, how even though she may not be as powerful as the demons that surround her village and even the male people in her village, she herself is one of the more powerful females that is around her. She's quite tall, she's beautiful, she's she's quick. She's very quick, and she uses her knowledge of books and experience with the plants. There is something called a everlast plant that becomes a really big key player in the book series and to the world at large and to the Forgotten Kingdom. And Finley spends a lot of her time owning her ability to manipulate and to care for this plant. And so she becomes a really big key player in the survival of the Forgotten Kingdom. Then you have Nifane. Nifane is the fallen prince, so to speak. He is the prince, he is the son of the Mad King. The Mad King is the person that is at fault for the Forgotten Kingdom's anguish. He made a deal with Dolion. Remember, Dolion is the Demon King. He made a deal with Dolion and was basically backstabbed because, of course, devils do their own thing. Um, and it led to the ruin of the entire kingdom. And so Nifane is stuck picking up the pieces of this broken kingdom and doing what he can to uh, not allow it to sink under. And he does this for a very long time. Remember, he dwells in the castle mostly, where debauchery and sex and anything you could think of, bestiality, um, I won't go into it, but it's very sexy things that happen. But his responsibility to his kingdom is still well within him. And so he fights along with his animal that is a dragon. His animal is a dragon in order to do what he can for his surrounding kingdom. Even though he is cursed, he's not able to go into his full dragon form. His dragon form is limited. He's not able to fly, but he's able to shift. He's one of the only beings in this kingdom that is able to shift. And each time he shifts, it's like a perversion of the curse. And so when he does it, it is unnatural. And so his dragon is not able to fully manifest with the wings. So he's unable to fly. Knife story is very elaborate and it goes beyond what we know in the first book, A Ruin of Roses. But I think that his story intertwines with Finley's story and it makes for such an intimate romance novel because these characters, they come from very different backgrounds even though they dwell in the same kingdom, but the connection that they have, the connection that they develop is so attractive. It is, the dynamic is crazy. Like, you know, when she first meets him, she's confronted by this powerful powerful animal, and she doesn't understand him at all. And so when she's brought into his world, it's all very shocking. And I just feel like I love their dynamics so much, and to see them grow throughout the entire book series is just is superb. It's made me have a different light on erotica in general. That is my little teaser into KF Breen's Ruin of Roses series, or the Ruin series, let's call it that, or the Forgotten Kingdom series. I feel like there's a lot that can be said about this book series. I think I'm gonna make a separate video that goes over more of like the spoiler stuff about it because I didn't want to spoil anything. I just wanted to give you guys a little taste of what I have been interested in reading this year, and a little taste of what I've been enjoying this year. So, this is my baby. This is like 10 out of 10. I love it. If you want dragons, if you want magic, if you want erotica, but you also want plot, I think give this a chance. And I would argue that you should really listen to this book. Like, listening to this book is like going through a play in your head, just from the voice actor's creativity and ability to bring to life a lot of the imagery, the feelings, the emotions, and the wonderment of this whole world. And they don't do that from over expositing the setting, they do that from action. And that's what I love about this book. It has a lot of action in it, a lot of sexy action, but also a lot of deliberate wordplay and dialogue that I feel like it's not done well all the time, and in this series it is very much done well. So that's my little take on KF Breene. I hope that you guys enjoy. I do have some other stuff coming along because I've been reading a lot. I have finished Iron Flame, Flame Iron, sorry, Flame Iron, by Rebecca Yarros, and I am now on Onyx, so you will be seeing that video very shortly. But I'm also trying not to rush it because I am currently working on the dragon video as well. So please be patient and continue to watch. It has been a pleasure, guys. Stay warm out there. Happy December. Happy Christmas season to all that celebrated, and bye.